All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers. And peace and blessing, salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity. All right, in the name of Yahweh Bashem Al Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners that have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashem Al Shah. And I just want to go into the promises and the blessing, that are given, to the children of Israel as we speak, about us being the chosen people. And we have to understand what we're the chosen people of, what that entails, you know, how being the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, was a blessing within itself, beginning, with the elect in this time frame, man, because everyone really in this society is duped, by Esau Edom, all right, when it comes to what true prosperity is, what true freedom is, all right. No one really has a mind frame when it comes to sovereignty, all right. They think freedom, you know, is having a choice, a woman to have a choice to wear pants if she want to, or, anything like that, when really, all right, they're just a liberty to be rebellious. Now, what we have to understand in the scriptures, according to the promise and the blessing, is we're going to get abundance, because Jake also think freedom, is financial freedom, a black economy. Jake equates that to some type of sovereignty or salvation if they can just get, the economy of black people, better, within this system. No, that's not true salvation. That's not freedom. That's not, prosperity, because you're using another man's currency and he can stop using it when he feels like it. All right. True abundance is the resources. All right. True prosperity, true wealth is the resources. And this society, has gotten so warped, what true wealth is. And it's a social conditioning. All right. We understand that the devil has mastered, all right, social conditioning, man. That's why you see money being flashed around, in these rap videos. Money is being rapped about. Money. All these movies. It's always a big heist. These movies was about bank robberies and they get away with the money. He put so much emphasis on money, but that's not true resources. All right, that's just a tool used in this society. All right, and it has expiration date. You know, but see, now, as we come into this knowledge, all right, we understand what true wealth is, and that's the earth. And see, Jacob, all right, was blessed to have dominion over that eternally. All right, Esau was blessed with a temporary, all right, with temporary dominion over the earth, by the sword. All right, but that's coming to an end. Now we're finna come into an eternal rulership of the earth under Yahweh Shai, all right, which will be on the throne of David in the time to come. Now, to understand, the blessing, all right, the physical things that that we will have, it's good to, research, the kingdom of Solomon, the era of Solomon. Now, when you read it, First Kings 4, all right, and I start at 20. It says, Judah and Israel were many as the sand which is by the sea in multitude, eating and drinking and making merry. And Solomon reigned over all kingdoms from the river unto the land of the Philistines and unto the border of Egypt. They brought presents and served Solomon all the days of his life. See, Solomon had servants, and those servants brought presents, man. And they wasn't bringing, iPhones and, flat screens. No, they was bringing the earth to Solomon, man. Wherever they dwelt at, they brought the best portion of it, you know. So you can believe Solomon was getting the best frankincense, the best resins, which frankincense is a resin, and the best, material for making clothing. All right. He was receiving the best gold, you know. He was receiving, the best of the best, man, the best spices for foods, He was just receiving the best of the best that these nations has to offer, man. And that's what we're finna come into, brothers. All right. The best of the best is finna be brought unto us, man. Because this society teach you to be in a rat race for these material things. All right, these dusty, washed up hoes. You know, It teaches you to be in a rat race for that, man. You know, but no, we finna come into a time where those things are finna be brought unto us. Now, this is the main thing I wanted to get. Is I'm gonna jump to verse um 24. It says, "For he had dominion over all the region on the side of the river from Tispa even unto Azah, over all the kings on the side of the river, and he had peace on all sides round about him. And Judah and Israel dwelt safely, every man under his vine and under his fig tree, from Dan even to Beersheba, all the days of Solomon." So every man under their own fig tree, which mean what? Every man had their own substance, man. Every man had resources, man. You know, that's true sovereignty when you have resources, man. No one can crash the economy on true resources, man. You know, if I had a form of self, you know, if I'm able to farm, all right, and grow my own food, you know, have my own livestock, have my own water supply. You see, I got a lake I can go fish in. You know, I know how to build cabin. No one, the dollar crashing wouldn't mean nothing to me. You see, when you have true resources, the dollar crashing doesn't mean anything, man. But see, everyone is on this grid, and the dollar, you know, is a tool of the grid. You know, and the elites are not on there. They own the resources. But see, in the kingdom, we're going to have resources, man. Everything that you enjoy comes from resources, man. You know, and that was during the era of Solomon, but show you that it's going to happen again. All right. When you go to Micah chapter 4, all right, and 1, I'm just read down to the point in 4. It said, "But in the last days," let you notice in the last times, "it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of the Lord shall be established, and that's the government of Israel, in the top of the mountains." All right, just as Solomon was king over other kings of the heathen, that means the government of Israel was exalted above those other kings, those other governments, man. All right. And it says, "And it shall be exalted above the hills, and the people shall flow unto it, just as they flowed unto Solomon." All right. "And many nations shall come and say, Come and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shai, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his path. For the law shall go forth out of Zion, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among many people, and rebuke strong nations afar off, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up a sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore." Yeah, so that all their war, that's gonna be over with. All right, that's another thing. Most of these nations spending most of their money in their military. You know, that's really a waste of money. We're not gonna do that in the kingdom, man. That's not gonna be an expense in the kingdom, man. All right, military. And it said, verse 4 says, "But they shall sit every man under his vine and under his fig tree, and none shall make them afraid, for the mouth of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai have spoken it." Yeah, so we're gonna go back as a nation of people that have resources. All right, we're gonna own the earth, man, because like I said, when you go back to the blessing of Jacob, what did he get? You see, Jacob was blessed. It's like go to Genesis 27. What was Jacob blessed with? All right, slaves and resources. When you go to it, Genesis 27 and 28. "Therefore the Most High give thee of the dew of heaven, and the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine." And what are those resources? Because wine is made from grapes. You see, everything that you love comes from a resources like, you know, you like to eat good, you know, the steaks and, you know, asparagus, and these are all resources, you know. That's livestock and vegetation, man. All right, you women, you know, you sister, you might like your dresses. Well, guess what? We're gonna have the finest of the finest when it comes to material to make clothing, man. All right, you're gonna be able to deck your children out, you know. You're gonna be able to deck, you know, your wives out, man. Your husband gonna be. Everybody just is gonna have abundance of resources, man. All right, this earth, the things that these people love, you know, that they, you know, the things that people enjoy, all right, all come from some type of resource, no matter what it is, man. Your car, your you know, You like whatever you into, man. You like to go on cruises. All those things come from resources. It takes resources to have these things, man. And we're going to have abundance of that. All right. And it says, "Let people serve thee, which is slaves, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's son bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee," man. You see? So the planet Earth is going to go back. All right. I mean, walk around. Jake finna run that machine. All right. But the Israelites, all right, are going to go back to owning the resources of the earth, man. All right. The men of Israel will control the traffic of resources, and our women, our wives, our families will benefit from that, man. You know, and it's gonna be on a whole nother level, man. All right, because we're gonna do it in wisdom, and the earth is gonna yield forth its strength. Right now, it's not yielding forth its strength, man. You see? So let me get this in Zechariah 8. All right, when you go to the book of Zechariah 9. All right. It says this Zechariah 9:16. It says, "And the Lord, their power, all right, shall save them in that day as the flock of his people, for they shall be as stones of a crown lifted up as an ensign in the land." And just show how high Israel is going to be exalted, man. You know? And then it said we're going to be like stones of a crown. Israel is going to be like an accessory, all right, to the great King Yahweh in the earth, man. All right? Man, we got a lot to look forward to, man. It said, "For how great is his goodness and how great is his beauty." It says, "Corn," which we just read about the blessing, "corn shall make the young men cheerful, and new wine the maids," which is the women. So we're going to enjoy the resources as a nation, man. All right? We're going to have abundance in everything. You see, the scripture talk about how what? Plenteous is made ready. That's talking about the resources, you know? So that's what we're getting back to, man. That's what the rulership consists of, is basically ownership over the people and the resources, man. You know, and we're going to do it in righteousness, and the earth is going to give forth this strength, man. All right? Hey, food going to be on a whole nother level. Clothing going to be on a whole nother level. Even the way we travel, all right? The infrastructure, everything is going to be on a whole nother level in the kingdom, man. You know? What they use for concrete, we're going to use for gold. All right, what he used for cement and sheetrock, we're going to use precious stones, man. You know, so that's what we're coming back to, man. I just want to bring that out. Lord will, you brothers and you few sisters edified. Till next time I say shalom.